Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Thunder and Lightning Gaming. I'm Thunder.
And I'm trying.
He's doing his best. What is your shirt? Oh, is it the ghost from? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We're back. After like 2 or 3 weeks. So while we're getting set up, while we're getting started here, just wanted to say, if you're new here, I just want to say thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
If you've been watching the Drizzle and Tsunami streams and you're watching this one and you're like, who the heck are these people? There are two groups of people who stream on this channel.
That's right.
And when one half of one of the groups dies and goes to hell for a week, which is what happened with me, it's kind of just left to just one. So if you're new, if you're here for us, thank you. If you're here for Drizzle and Tsunami, thank you. We appreciate your following and your subscribing. I want to give a special thank you to Drizzle and Tsunami.
Yeah.
For holding down the fort while I was dead.
But now we're not.
But now I'm not. There's I still have a cough that's not going to go away for 6 months. There's a comic strip that was like going around on the internet a while ago, and it's one of my favorite things ever, and I always love to share it when this happens to me, and it's from those old Sonic comics, and it's Sonic and Shadow, and they're talking to Vector the crocodile, and Vector says, "Hey Sonic, is that Shadow with you?" And Sonic says, "Yes." And Vector says, "Isn't he dead?" And Sonic says, "Long story, he's better now." And I feel like that applies to my current situation.
That's your personification for today.
Yeah. Well, for the past week.
Yeah.
Because I did die. But I'm fine now.
That's good. It's
But-
cool when that happens.
But fuck all that. You go first on this podcast.
Sure.
So Chris, how
That
was
was my
your
month.
yeah, so we went on vacation together. You and me and all our friends and your wife and everyone we know. And then like immediately afterward I got sick for 2 whole weeks. So how have
And
you
just
been?
You.
Just I know that's like kind of weird. Like I'm really wondering why.
I'm gonna guess you either got it when we got back, or you had tuberculosis and didn't die, and you recovered on your own.
I'm sure I didn't have tuberculosis because I think you cough up blood when you have tuberculosis, right?
Bronchitis is what I kept meaning to say when I was texting you.
Bronchitis. Bronchitis might have been it. I have no way of knowing.
Because that one I don't think is I want to say flammable. It's not. That's not the
Contagious?
word. Contagious. I think you just have bronchitis.
That could be it. But yeah, I was really like about to be sick, and I was just like, oh no, I gotta make sure no one else is sick, because like it was just us in a small like condo for a whole weekend. So you'd think that if I was contagious, someone would have got it, especially Catherine, who I was sleeping right next to. But anyways, how have you been these past weeks?
I've been doing good. I can't remember if we recorded before or after the last stream we had, but the band recorded 10 songs.
Oh, cool.
In 4 days. We actually got all the instrumentation and vocals done in 3 days. Then we did 4th day, like last week, where we put harmonies down. And
so now everything is done, and we're just waiting for mixing.
Yeah, so the way the process is going to work now is we're pretty sure we're done tracking. If we hear anything, we're like, man, it would be cool if we could add this. We'll figure it out with the producer. What he's going to do is he's going to send us his first mix. We're going to send him notes, this higher, this lower, this different tone. I want this more prominent here.
More cowbell.
Yeah, exactly. It's the more cowbell stage. See, they wanted to jump right into it with recording. You don't do that. You do that shit in post. So, yeah. Then we'll do that. I'm so tired. It's been so long today. Since I haven't slept since the last time we did a podcast.
No, you're good, man. I could literally fall asleep right now if you wanted me to. I've been sleeping terribly.
Me too. What's up with that?
Well, I was sleeping pretty good when I was sick, and by pretty good I mean most of the day for a whole week.
Right.
And then my body got like a little tiny bit better, and it was just like, nah, we're back to sleeping shitty, mate. And I'm like, could we not? Could I get a good night's sleep for once?
For the past week, have just been sleeping horrendously. If I'm even sleeping. I don't even know.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Any reason why? That you can,
No.
yeah.
My back has been hurting, so that's been a factor. But, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so we're going to figure out the mixing aspect. Then we got to get it mastered. Then we're releasing them as singles. So over the course of the next year, those 10 songs will be releasing.
On like Spotify and whatnot?
Yeah, it should
Cool.
be everywhere.
That's cool. That is, as we were talking about before stream, different from the last time we did it.
Oh, I know.
I do apologize for the coughing, by the way. It's going to be infrequent, and when I do it, I'll try to do it off mic.
No, it is what it is. But yeah, besides that, school started back up. I started an internship.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some Thunder and Lightning projects underway, which I'm excited about.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because and I was going to bring this up on the podcast, but then I died. But I remembered it. When we were at the condo, you brought something up very briefly, and then we like sort of went away with it because we were playing Jackbox, so you can't really. We were playing specifically Fibbage, so we didn't really want to talk about everything like at length before the next round started. I need you to explain to me why you have a framed picture of a random woman in your house.
You mean my bride?
I don't know. I just heard that you have a picture of I think you left the stock photo that they keep in the painting, but in the frame, but then you hung it up.
No. It is displayed.
Okay.
It is out.
Okay.
It's like it's got its spot. It's got its home, and she's pretty.
It's just like a random bride. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But that's not the whole story, right? Who gave you the? Did you buy this? Oh, I will. Did you buy this frame to put a different picture in it?
It was gifted to us during the wedding at some point.
Okay.
You know, one of the
right.
8 different fucking parties you have. That
Somebody
go on with
gifted
the
you a single picture frame?
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna answer this question with I don't know, because I actually know. Somewhere in that blur of last year, we acquired this picture frame.
I see. So you got a picture frame that you, for a lack of a better word, didn't know what you were going to do with.
Not necessarily didn't want. Here's the deal. Me and Pauline like to do this cute little thing where we say, oh, we're going to go print out our wedding pictures this weekend. And that game started a year ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder, I could probably pinpoint the exact date when this game started.
Now it's just a game of chicken of who's going to actually go through with printing out these pictures. And until we do, our bride gets her prominent spot.
Oh, my God. Okay.
And she's a pretty woman.
So it's not hanging on your very limited wall space.
No, she doesn't get wall space, but she is on a countertop.
How have I never seen this? I've been to your house quite a few times.
I don't know. She's part of the... Forget it. That was going to be a bad joke.
Okay.
She's just one of my many 2 brides.
I see.
Pauline,
okay.
and then
there's Picture Woman.
There's Picture Lady.
It's like Harry Potter.
And, like, here's the deal. You say...
More like Harem Potter.
Right. No, I get it. And then you say, well, you're not married to her. And I say, prove it.
True. That's a great
groom
point.
in the picture?
I say, here's what I do see. I see 3 rings. One on her, and one on you. So who am I to judge how you use your one ring?
Yeah, to rule them all.
Right. It's like the Prestige. It's like that Prestige, except if he really had multiple personality disorder. You're like, Pauline, today I love Picture Wife. Tomorrow I may love you, but today it's all Picture Wife.
So, at this point too, even if we do print out the pictures, so many people have made a point of pointing this woman out. So that might be a permanent installation as far as I'm concerned.
I can't
Just
wait.
to
I can't
spite
wait to.
people.
I can't wait to. I can't wait to just to spite yourself. Really, I can't wait to see how long, like 10 years from now, you guys move houses and she remains like something's like.
I'll do shit like that.
No, I know.
When I was beginning college and in high school, and people told me my shoe was untied, I'd untie the other one.
What? Why? Just to live dangerously?
Yeah, just like you don't tell me what to do.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I want it untied. Maybe I want a picture of that woman in my house.
I will. I do want to play devil's advocate. They did not tell you what to do. They simply said
It was implied.
Okay. I mean, fair. You can say anything. But no, that's fun. I heard that and I was like, I've got to know why.
Yeah. I mean, she's there. If you ever, want to peek, she's there.
Okay, good to know.
I'll take a picture of her when I go home.
No, I'm good. I'll see it eventually.
Okay. Pauline's finally chiming in. I figured she was watching. I was waiting for her to chime in.
Yeah, she likes my prestige reference.
But yeah, it really wasn't. You said we were playing these games that are like. There's not always information in these games are typically information about your friends in the room, and you have to guess what's true.
Right. Well, that's what Fibbage All About You is. The other Fibbage games are normal trivia.
Right. But I'm just saying the games that we play in private with our friends.
Right.
Usually there's some element of that in these games. And sometimes there's stuff that I don't want to talk about on here.
Oh,
so
yeah, I
was
wouldn't
very
have.
Curious. I was
like,
what's he going to bring up?
No.
It was Picture Wife.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, gotta know more about this. And then we played 4 more rounds of Fibbage, and then I forgot. And then later, I'm dying. I'm halfway to hell, and I'm like, what about picture? What about that picture?
You'll never know.
But now I do.
Yeah. Here's a question from that game. A little lightning round trivia question for Thunder.
Yeah.
How many Gengars do I have in my room?
I think the answer's 3. I'm pretty sure. No? Is it 2 with 1 on the way? It's 5? Oh, are we including pictures of Gengar? Oh, then...
Sorry. Okay, I should have specified.
Then
sorry.
it was rigged from the beginning.
All right, that's fair. But yeah, we went on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
School started.
Vacation was a lot of fun. I feel like the... how much fun we had on vacation was undercut by me dying and going straight to hell right afterwards. But I did I did have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Mason says there should be more.
There's
Gengars.
actually another on the way. So, I agree. I'm with you. My birthday's coming up.
Yes, it is.
I think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's
all right.
it. I'm so tired.
No, that's fine.
I'm so sorry that this is how we start. She said there should, but we don't have room. I will say again. There's another on the way. But yeah, Thunder. How was your month?
Okay. So
I'm ready.
I go on vacation, right?
Yeah.
With some fucking losers. And I get back and I just die instantly. It was so whenever I get sick, it always happens the same way. I'll get throat sore and then that'll last for a bit. And then that might have some overlap with nose runny, right? And then those two go away, and they are replaced with disgusting cough that I have for the next 4.5 years. That's not what happened this time. My throat just kept getting worse and worse and worse. It was the worst my throat has ever been. And then, and my nose I never had a runny nose. It was just coughing and throat, and the cough got really, really bad to the point where I was getting no sleep. I took, I did, over the course of a week and a half, drank an entire bottle of Dayquil, rather. I tried NyQuil. It did not put me to sleep. I tried I forget what it's called, but it was like the consumer market's like most effective cough suppressant. It straight up didn't work.
Wow.
I don't know like what it's supposed to be suppressing. Like I'm assuming it's supposed to take away the tickle in your throat that makes you want to cough. It definitely didn't. So it really felt like none of the medicine I was taking was doing anything. At some point, my ears got fucked up and are still fucked up to this day. But yeah, other than that, I'm better now.
That's good. We do. I'm sorry. We do have a Gengar related
Oh,
question.
sure.
I'm not sure what it's in reference to. Wait, it says, "Wait, is the statue that might exist Gengar related?" What statue?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think if you're referring to the one that's on the way that he keeps referring to, yes, that one is a Gengar one.
Well, yeah, it's a figure. I have a Gengar figure on the way. If that's what you meant, I could see you calling it a statue. I guess it's not posable, so I guess it would be categorized as a statue.
I don't know, Mason. What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I died, but I'm better now, like Shadow. Um, and yeah, I've just been getting back into the swing of things. I really just like don't know why.
The one you pre-ordered in it. But yes, it is. Yeah. Oh my god, I never even talked about that. I never even finalized that story, I don't think. I'm sorry. He's reminded me of a story I've been keeping up with the Kardashians over here. My can I finish my I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna say I just don't know why I got sick, or why it lasted so long. At the end,
the curse will do that.
the curse.
What?
Do you curse me?
Anyways,
Oh no, the wedding picture woman. She's a witch.
well, you visited my house and didn't look at her, so that's what happens.
That's not fair. That's a shitty curse. The fuck?
Wait a minute. Are there? Well, I guess there are good curses, but
No, I mean that's like a scam. That's like a not fair setup for a curse. I didn't fuck that up. Usually in a nursery rhyme or whatever, if you're cursed, it's kind of your fault. I didn't do shit.
I didn't do fucking shit, like the meme. More specifically, like I think you should leave the TV show, which everybody is memeing. I'm not upset about.
No, I'm not upset about it either. I am so glad it turned into a meme because I feel like it was just you and me watching it, and now it seems like everyone's on board with how cool that show is. Also, Tim Robinson, voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in the Chip and Dale movie.
Oh yeah.
It's just the best casting of anything ever.
So are you trying to say I should have warned you about the curse?
No. Well, no. She should have. Whatever
She's a
conduit.
picture.
Whatever. Okay, wait. She can't talk.
No.
Then how did she curse me, and why are you in love with her?
That second part is not confirmed or denied. I'm just saying I have a picture of a woman in a wedding dress in my house.
That you're married to. That you said that.
I said prove that I'm not, is what I said.
You
said a random woman. I said prove that I'm not married to her, is what I said.
I could have sworn.
No, I didn't use the word love. I didn't say I am or married. I just said prove that I'm not.
Prove that you're not.
And
okay.
also now prove that she didn't curse you.
No, I fully believe she cursed me. I'm just saying the rules of her curse are a little sus.
Well, it's just basic respect. But anyways,
It's not. She's a picture that can't move, but can apparently curse.
you don't ask me enough about the woman in my life.
Wow.
Anyways, so I did. Okay, I don't know if I finished the story, but this will be the last time that I tell it, if I have already, so I apologize if I have. I was going to call out these companies by name.
Okay.
I was fucking fed up. So, Essentially, yeah, I've been waiting over a year, I think, at this point, for a Ghastly Gengar Haunter figure set. And
Pokemon. What are they called? Pokemon.
Pokemon Scale World.
Pokemon Scale World. Yeah,
figures.
yeah.
And I ordered through this company called Favored GK, which I thought was Pokemon Gallery, another company. And they, over the course, everybody's heard the story, I think, who cares at this point, but they essentially kept saying, it might come, it might not come, but also it's delayed. And it's like, okay.
Right.
Cool.
And they were basically like, you should have known what you paid for, which is essentially nothing.
Yeah, more or less. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to try ordering something from Pokemon Gallery, because at this point I'm still under the impression that that's the company I ordered from. But I'm going to order something that's not on pre-sale. I'm going to order something that's already released. And I did, and it was a Machamp, and it came right away. And I have it. There will be a video about it at some point, my unboxing and whatnot. And that was great. And I was like, okay. And then I looked and I was like, fuck, this isn't even the same company. This is the legitimate company that I wanted to go through. So then I was perusing Pokemon Gallery, and I saw a Gengar Haunter Ghastly set that I fucking loved. That was also pre-order, but I was like, Pokemon Gallery hasn't fucked me.
Oh, but it wasn't the same thing?
It was they're better. They're better figures for the same price.
Oh, interesting.
So what I said was, I was like, I'm going to...
Wait, so were they both Pokemon Scale World
So
figures?
Pokemon Scale World is the Bandai Namco brand. But all you really need are high-quality figures that are of the same scale. So it's 1/20th scale figures is what I'm collecting. But you can get them from secondary companies. But if they're that scale, then they're going to be, that's...
But it's not technically Scale World, but it looks fine with your...
Yeah,
I see.
they look exactly the same.
So the thing you were pre-ordering and waiting for was, for lack of a better term, a bootleg, and then the new thing you ordered...
It's still a bootleg, but it's from a more legit company.
Oh, okay.
So here's the deal.
Because Bandai Namco probably doesn't have a Gengar.
Exactly.
And they fill in the gaps
They do have a Gengar. They don't have a Haunter or Ghastly.
Right.
So, for whatever reason, and I don't understand why Bandai Namco did this, because they allowed this market to exist. They are just picking and choosing random, 5 to 10 figures from different regions to make at a time.
Okay.
Instead of being like, here's the first 25 Pokemon, here's 25 through 50.
Well, I kind of understand that, because if you do it like that, you won't get to Gen whatever we're on until way later, and
they're already not, though. I mean, unless they go through each gen. But then what? Are you going to come out with the rest of that gen? You know what I mean?
But you said they're seemingly picking them at random.
They are. But what I'm saying is that all I'm getting from the Kanto region? Are you done making Kanto region Pokemon? And if you're not, am I not going to get more Kanto region Pokemon for 5 years? I get what you're saying, too. I guess what my point is, they haven't, from my understanding, they haven't come out and been like, we're going to make all the Pokemon, don't you worry about it, baby.
Right.
They've just kind of been making whatever they feel like.
Well, because I am of two minds. One, Pokemon's whole fucking thing is got to catch them all. So what are you doing? But the other thing is, Pokemon, when you're making a new Pokemon thing, you have to make it with the assumption that your target audience is children, little tiny babies, and a little tiny baby who's playing Scarlet and Violet might not give a shit about Machamp. You know what I mean?
They're not even doing Scarlet and Violet shit.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you look up Bandai Namco sets, their early gen Pokemon, not all Kanto region, but early gen Pokemon, and they're just sitting on their ass releasing these Pokemon, and they're going through this thing of they're doing legendaries, and then they'll do the starters and a couple of other Pokemon from that gen. And it's that's neat and all, but in the meantime, there's secondary companies making equal quality work to you that are also making these figures.
I wonder why it takes so long for these companies to make these figures, because like it's always like this. You know how Amiibo, obviously.
Yeah.
You know how do you remember when Sora was released for Super Smash Brothers? That was quite a long time ago. They just announced at the Nintendo Direct that we're going to talk about in the video game podcast that the Sora Amiibo is going to release spring 2024.
That's what I'm talking about.
Why does it take so long to make tiny little figurines? And I get for amiibos, it's a little different because there is technology in them.
Yeah.
But why does it take so long?
No, I know that. I'm right there with you. So, I'm not looking to like piss through this collection and get it done with. But like, if I see a Primate figure that I like and it's not made by Bandai Namco, I'm gonna try to get it. You know?
No, that totally makes sense. The fact that these fill in the blank companies exist, and the fact that you're willing to buy from them, that all tracks completely.
Right. So that's where I'm at. I use Pokemon Scale World as a catch-all, but in reality, some of these I'm going through secondary means to get. So, anyways, I see that set that I really like from Pokemon Gallery, and I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm canceling my order. And so you helped me with this.
Yeah.
I emailed them being like, hey, I want to cancel. It's been 6 months. Your thing says I can cancel. And they were like, okay, we need to refund you. And I was like, wait a minute. I have a long text exchange or email exchange between you and me talking about how you haven't charged me yet.
We've definitely talked about this on the podcast before, because this was a big like question mark of like if they haven't, they're gonna, the whole point, your biggest hang up was like, I'm just gonna get a charge out of nowhere one day.
Right, which I was not cool with. And
so my assumption is that this refund message you got was just like a template that they sent you, not thinking that this is a person who did, or they took your money and lied to you about it, which requires some getting to the bottom of.
I was just so fed up with them. I was like, nothing they've said has made sense. And also in that message where they were like, we took your money. Also, are you sure you want to cancel? Because like, it's still probably maybe going to come out. And I was like, if you fucking can't. I was just like, they had to go through PayPal, which I have Venmo. They were like, well, you can either get PayPal or you can get store credit. And I was like, fuck you. I'm getting my money. So,
yeah. That I can, as a customer service rep, that I can attest to. Whenever we do a refund, we have to do it PayPal, even if it's, weird. I assume, this part I don't know because I've never refunded myself. And also I have a PayPal. But I can only assume that PayPal sets up a temporary, like, hey, this company gave you this money. It's knock, knock. It's us. PayPal. Here's your money. You have to come log in and take it, but it's here.
I don't. But luckily.
So wait, did you get your money back?
Luckily, Pauline had a PayPal. We went through her.
Oh, cool.
They paid her. She paid me. So that was all said and done. I ordered this new set. This new set is on the way.
Cool.
CashNet USA.
What?
That's your money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Oh, is that a radio thing?
It's a TV commercial.
Oh, okay.
But
hey, speaking of TV, Lego Masters, it's coming back, season 4.
I still didn't see season 3.
Well, that's a you problem.
No, it absolutely is. That's cool though.
September 28th.
Cool. So it's right around the corner.
Yeah. Essentially.
But yeah, that's where I'm at. And Pokemon Gallery hasn't stared me wrong yet. Also, Pokemon Gallery is the company that like I see pop up everywhere whenever I type in, Pokemon Scale World shit.
Yeah.
Anything secondary is Pokemon Gallery. This other company, Favor GX, I've never heard of. And it was an accident that I even bought through them.
Yeah, you admitted you thought you were.
Yeah. Because I figured, here's what I thought. I was like, I thought I was on the Pokemon Gallery site, and then when the email came up, Favor GX, or GK, I was like, oh, that must be the overseas company. Like, here's Pokemon Gallery, here's the actual company name.
Right. Or it could be a case where, like, this company's been around for so long that this is what they used to be called, but they can't change the URLs or emails or whatever.
Exactly. So
My favorite thing is when you're trying to find something and all the major retailers don't have it, so you go to site you've never heard of, and they only accept like the weirdest payment options. We accept Google Pay and nothing else. What? You
that's
can't
when
just
you know it's legit.
I can't just give you my credit card info? Nah, man.
No.
Give Google your credit card info
Yeah.
and then have Google give us the money.
But yeah. So that's the epic tale. I will let you know. Here's the thing. Haunter Gengar Ghastly comes in. That's the end of the story. That's when the story concludes, and we can say, okay, that's a legitimate company.
Did I ever tell you when I was first getting into Pokemon? Like, I'm talking like I was looking at pictures of Pokemon, hadn't played a game, hadn't watched an episode of the TV show. It's just sort of passively like, these look neat. I thought that Shelder and Cloyster were part of the Ghastly line
I could see that.
because Cloyster has a little clitoris face.
Yes.
And it looks kind of like Ghastly, so I thought it went Shelder, Cloyster,
Well, they have
and
the
then
same
Cloyster.
eyes and mouth.
Right, exactly, and they're right next to each other in the Pokedex.
Yeah.
I think I had a puzzle or a coloring book or something where they were literally right next to each other. So I was like, oh, the shell, and then the bigger shell, and the shell opens and or dies and turns into a ghost,
Oh,
and it's
that's-
these three.
That's neat. I never thought of it like that. That's pretty neat.
Because there was no like. It was literally just a picture of all the Pokemon, all 150. I don't even think there was Mew at that point, or Mewtwo or whatever. So I was like, maybe. But other than Mega Evolution, they refused to go above 3, which is something that's been a thing since the beginning, which I've always been surprised about. I thought for sure by this point they'd break into like and everything, and they kind of did with Mega Evolution, but it's it's temporary. It's not. Charizard's not really evolving.
Right. That's a cool idea, going over 3. I also had an idea recently, and this isn't my idea right out the gates, but then I was thinking about it, and I was like, that could totally work.
Okay.
Why not have a Pokemon that's all types? Because it would still have a weakness, and I think that weakness is Psychic or Ghost. It's one of those two. One of those two is weak against itself.
Oh well, so dragon is weak against itself.
Oh, maybe that's it.
And yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just dragon.
So one Pokemon, all types.
Well, they have Pokemon that can be all types, like Arceus, but you're talking about a Pokemon that is all 19 types at once.
Yeah.
That would be the most banned competitively Pokemon on planet Earth.
Oh, sure. It would still be neat.
What would it be? What is your idea for? Because I'm picturing like it's a star. It's like a shooting star or something.
That would be cool. There was this thing on Futurama. Where there's this giant sky stingray that collects all the what's the thing before you're extinct? Endangered and extinct species, and it like collects them. And I was like, that's a cool concept. I want it to be something like that. I want it to be a non-threatening animal if it's based off an animal. Stingrays are threatening, but like if it was like frog, although there's too many frogs.
There's a group of frogs.
What would be a good animal? Sea turtle comes to mind. A sea turtle could be cool.
I was also going to say sea turtle because when you said stingray floating through space, I immediately thought of I think it's Hinduism, where it's like a sea turtle floating through space, and on the back of the sea turtle is a bunch of elephants, and on the back of the elephants is planet Earth.
Oh, that's trippy. That's neat.
Yeah. So I was weirdly enough also thinking sea turtle, but I see what you're going for. You're going for like, you're essentially trying to with your Pokemon that's every type. You want like a benevolent Cthulhu monster.
Yeah.
You want like a space deity that is good.
Yeah, and also it's gotta be like,
So you see this. Oh. Did they literally do this? So you've seen the stuff about the new Pokemon DLC then, I guess, with the sea
What?
turtle that is possibly all types.
Are you shitting me?
Hello? I didn't know that's what that thing was. I have not got the DLC yet. I know it came out
I
yesterday.
had one more thing I was going to add to this. Tell me if this is part of it.
You'll have to have Mason tell you.
Oh, okay, if you have.
I haven't played the DLC yet.
Oh, okay. Actually, that's a great example. I want it to be like Fred, Velma, and Daphne over there.
I don't
color-wise.
see
Shimmering like.
Velma and Daphne.
Is that not who that is? Who is that? Poison Ivy, Harley, and.
Oh, Robin. Yeah.
But like the colors are constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Would you be opposed to showing that to the camera? That might fall though, huh?
I'll just grab the. Because this is the same.
Yeah, is that the same?
One of them, yeah.
See, I'm picturing the colors to be kind of like that, but it's just
like
constantly
moving. Yeah,
swirling.
like that one cape from Symphony of the Night.
It's not confirmed what is okay, and it's not confirmed what it is, but its type symbol was rainbow colors, and rainbow colors, and we haven't seen it before. That's
interesting.
Pretty.
I didn't know this.
cool.
Oh, the sea turtle must be part of DLC Pack 2 because DLC Pack 1 released yesterday
Okay.
or two days ago. That's why Mason's not like, here's the answer.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Anthony's week.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Yeah, Anthony died, as he keeps saying.
You keep saying.
I did a lot of what do you call it? Sleeping. I did a lot of worrying. I did a lot of self-reflecting. Do you have that thing where when you get sick, you all of a sudden feel like you're like the laziest piece of shit and you're like not doing it? Like I'm just sitting here like watching like my 100th YouTube video in the last like 48 hours and I'm just like I have to clean my room. I have to go like clean the bathroom or something. Like I was just like I'm being useless and then like I would go to move and I'm like
What was I gonna say? I have felt like that before.
It's so weird.
One thing I wanted to tell you, my friend Anthony, which I'll say now on the podcast, is I started watching One Piece. I just remembered to tell. I don't know why. What you just said made me remember that.
Would you start watching the cartoon?
Yeah.
Cool. Because I know the live action one is out, and apparently it's like really good. That's cool. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's so far more heavily pirate based than I expected, which
it's
is
a whole
what I want.
Yeah, it's a pirate. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a pirate anime.
Well, yeah. You know what? See, fucking JoJo ruined me. Because, Anthony, it's a pirate-based TV show. You know what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was? It was a show about vampires.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to know what? Chris? Thank you for bringing up One Piece. It's almost like the gods of Twitch streaming made you bring up One Piece. Because I just remembered the one fucking thing I wanted to talk about that I was just like, while I was sick, I watched every single Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Oh,
and I would like to talk about them.
Okay.
Not in length, but I do have a few things to say. Referring to the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie and only the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Do you remember when people used to give a shit about their score?
Yeah.
It's a really good music.
Yeah, you got that bump bump dun 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 dun.
Yeah. What's it called? He's a Pirate, that song is called?
Oh, I don't know.
It's always accredited to Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer did not write that.
Really?
Someone else did the music for the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and Hans Zimmer just helped, and then he took over for the second and third movie.
Shit.
And watching them all back to back, I'd say that when Hans Zimmer completely took over, the music got worse because that song, the Pirates of the Caribbean song that everyone loves, they play it in its entirety once in the first movie. And then, the leitmotifs throughout the whole thing and all that. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. And the whole soundtrack is based around that tune, but they play that song in its entirety once, and then for the rest of the series, whenever that tune comes back, it's a different version of it. It's like not the it like goes down when it's supposed to go up, and I'm just like, oh, that's the different version, and then I'm just like, oh, we're just not doing the original version. Anyways,
Right.
yeah, the soundtrack of that movie is so good. So obviously, it's a big meme that I love the fifth Pirates of the Caribbean film. But even within the scope of that meme, I've never said it's my favorite because it's not my favorite. And when I was a kid, when these movies came out, I would have told you that Pirates of the Caribbean 3 was the best movie I've ever seen. I really, really liked it as a kid. Wouldn't say that anymore. The first one is definitely the best one.
Okay.
I think it probably goes. I think it probably goes 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. But I would like to say that none of them are bad movies. I was really not looking forward to watching 4 because I saw 4 once in theaters and I fucking hated it. Watching it again, maybe it's just because I was in the mood because I was watching all of them. But watching it again, I was like, this is like not as bad as I thought it would be. And also at the end of the third one, I didn't remember this. They straight up tease what happens in the fourth one.
Oh, really?
Like he steals that map from him or whatever, and he like asks them what they're gonna do, and he mentions the Fountain of Youth, and it shows Ponce de Leon on the map, and so they straight up tease what they're gonna do. But I think that the not having Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley as Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann in the fourth one was a real detriment, more than they thought it was going to be, because Captain Jack Sparrow is not like that interesting of a main character, and he also like kind of isn't the main character. In the first couple, the main character role sort of goes back and forth between Will and Elizabeth, and Jack Sparrow's just sort of like the comic relief basically, but like the like all-powerful, narratively speaking, comic relief.
Right.
So in the fourth movie, when all the focus is on him, it kind of takes away from what I thought was a pretty good story. And I was watching the credits, and it said based off a book, which I thought was weird on the fourth one. So I looked into it, and I thought maybe like they wrote a book specifically for this movie, because that'll happen sometimes. Famously, there wasn't a Rocky book until he wrote it and then made a movie into it.
Yeah.
But apparently, On Stranger Tides is a non-Pirates of the Caribbean related book from like a long time ago. I think like the 70s or 80s or something. And it is the preeminent like pirate like literature. It's like but it's about Blackbeard and the Fountain of Youth, and it's all the things that they do in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. They just added their characters.
Interesting.
And also apparently On Stranger Tides is the inspiration for the video game The Secret of Monkey Island. Like Guybrush is a stand-in for the main character from that thing, and the Fountain of Youth is a stand-in for Monkey Island, and LeChuck is Blackbeard and all that. So I guess like that, I don't know, it's just a very influential Pirates book, and I didn't know about it. And apparently Disney acquired the rights to make the worst performing Pirates of the Caribbean movie based off of it, that I rather enjoyed. And the fifth one holds a special place in my heart, so we don't have to talk about it. But my God, I really hope they never make another one. I don't know if the world... Remember how when they made a second Borat and most people were like, what the fuck? That like 2000s ass character is on the screen again? What are we doing? It's like if they made a Gangnam Style movie now.
Right,
It's like, what the fuck is happening? What do you mean you're making a second Borat movie? That's kind of like... Not that intensely, but that's kind of how I think I would feel if they made Pirates of the Caribbean 6 now. Because you've seen 5. They tease 6 at the end. Like, Davy Jones comes back somehow for some reason for like a one shot of one frame. One frame of one shot. And it's like, how? Why? What are you doing? Who is like if they make a 6th Pirates movie, it's not going to have anybody. It's not going to have Orlando Bloom or Keira Knightley or Johnny Depp. You know, there's no way it does. Also, fun fact that I always like to bring up, Keira Knightley, amazing actress, main character of the first 3 movies, not present in the 4th one, has a cameo in the 5th movie where she speaks not once. She has no lines in the 5th movie.
Oh, damn.
She has no lines between two scenes.
Damn.
It's yeah.
What was I gonna say? I think.
Something about the Davy Jones at the end of the fifth one.
Well, see, here's the thing. I had something I wanted to say, and then you kept going.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. Then I was just thinking, like, there's not enough adult, like, that's gonna come out weird. There's, like, Pirates of the Caribbean is for kids.
Yes.
I really like a Sopranos Pirates based.
Yeah,
TV
they're really well. You should watch Black Sails. It's
Oh, okay.
I believe it's not airing anymore, but I think they got a good 4 or 5 seasons out of it. I think
check
it's
it out.
exactly what you're looking. I don't know if it's good or not, but conceptually, I think it's exactly what you're looking for. But yeah, that is one of my issues with the films as well. They are, at the end of the day, like children's films, and they do get away with a lot. There's like quite a few beheadings.
I just remembered what I was gonna say.
Go for it.
And it is still related to what we're talking about. They have a lot of high concepts for a kid's show, and that was my issue with Pirates of the Caribbean. Was it just started getting a little confusing for me as a kid?
Oh yeah, especially the third one.
And that's why I just dropped off. After 3, I think I watched 3, and then I watched 4, and I felt like I wouldn't have expressed this way back then, but I had felt like Will Turner's story had just peaked, and I want to know more. And then 4 had nothing. And
then they, for lack of a better term, fridged him.
Yeah.
By cursing him to never be on screen again.
And so then I was like, I'm just fucking. What happened?
Right.
What happened to him?
Right.
As a kid, I was like sitting there picking my nose, and the movie ends, and I'm like, yay! I can't wait for the next one. And then the next one starts.
Yeah.
I'm like,
see,
wait a
I
minute.
think as janky as the fifth one is, I think. And as much as I enjoyed the fourth one on rewatch, I think if the fourth one wasn't there, I think if you just went right from the third to the fifth, that would go down at least a little bit smooth. Because the entirety of Part 5 is we got to save Will Turner. He's basically the MacGuffin. Like everything that all the characters are doing is to save Will Turner. Also, if I can just watching these movies, I really just like the best part of these movies is Jeffrey Rush as Captain Barbossa. He is so good in the fourth one. I don't know if you've seen the fourth one in a while, but like he is just like every scene with him. I was just like, more, yes, please, more of this. I don't care about Jack Sparrow. I know the joke is that Captain Barbossa is a better pirate, but it's not a joke. He's awesome.
Oh, was somebody?
No, we're good.
Oh, okay. There was my favorite thing about the later Pirates of the Caribbean movies is seeing how many old-ass musicians they can just have.
Why did that become a thing?
Pirates.
Why did that be? Well, first of all, it was 2. it was Keith Richards and Paul McCartney.
That's a lot.
That's a ton. Why was that a thing? It was cool when they did Keith Richards once, and then they did Keith Richards again, and I was like, what are we doing? And then for no reason, with no accent other than the one he was born with, Paul McCartney shows up. And that scene is, forget the fact that Paul McCartney's in that scene. That scene is fucking dumb because Jack Sparrow was being carried by 2 guards to a cell. And Jack Sparrow goes, oh, hang on, I'm going to have a talk with Paul McCartney for a second. And then they just, like, let him. And that's, like, as soon as that...
Great question. Great pick. And the question that it wasn't even a question. It's a question I'm going to ask you in a minute. But great answer to the question I have yet to ask Langwell.
But that scene is just like so surreal because it's like, wait, why are the guards letting him do? Wait, that's Beatles Paul McCartney. What is happening? I'm not watching a movie anymore. Yeah, that scene is surreal.
Question.
Yeah.
That Langwell has already answered.
Yeah.
What old ass singer would you have or musician play as a pirate in Pirates of the Caribbean? Alice Cooper is a great pick.
So am I recasting Keith Richards' role? I have to pick the next. Okay.
Pirate 6 is coming out. Who's
I have to do a better job than Paul McCartney.
Doesn't have to be better, just who do you want?
Who would I?
Who's the musician that I have my answer if I can give mine.
I mean, Keith Richards was pretty good.
He was great.
I like
Perfect.
his role a lot, and
Alice
I will.
Cooper is also a great pick.
I will say once again, just to reiterate this, in the third one specifically, when Captain Teague shows up in the fourth one, it's a little strange. But in the third one, he was really cool because he's like this super badass old pirate. He appears out of nowhere. He makes a joke that's a callback to the rest of the series, and then he's basically just like, it's like, what's your deal? And he's like, I have this book with all the rules. And I'm going to look through it, and there they are. I also happen to be Captain Jack Sparrow's father.
You know when he plays guitar?
Yeah.
You know that wasn't scripted?
No, yes, it wasn't. You're right. Also, Keith Richards, I believe on the set of Pirates 4, suffered brain damage when falling out of a coconut tree.
But he's immortal, so...
Right, yeah, no, yeah. Well, yeah, playing rock music will do that to you, immortality. I have to pick a musician to play a pirate in the Pirates of the Caribbean films.
Yeah. I have an answer.
I feel like your answer is going to be really good, so I don't want it yet. I want to say mine first.
Okay.
I've been put on the spot, but
you can think about it if you want.
I am thinking about it, and I'm thinking that who do I want as a it's got to be a musician for some reason.
Well, that's not my role.
No, I know. Oh, no, I know. It's got to be a musician, preferably rock and roll, but I guess that's not technically ever been stated anywhere.
Yeah, if you want to pick like fucking Miley Cyrus or something, that's fine.
No. She'd no.
She would actually be a good one though. Just for the aesthetic aspect.
See, I'm picking just on looks because I'm sure none of these people are good actors. But I think Post Malone would make a good-looking pirate.
That's a really good one.
He kind of already has the pirate thing going on. What was your pick?
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler is who I was thinking of when we said Alice Cooper. Who's Alice Cooper?
The singer for the band Alice Cooper.
The band is called Alice Cooper? Oh, okay. Then I guess I don't know what. Yeah, I was.
I'll get a picture of Alice Cooper.
We got how's Slash from Guns N' Roses. Slash is pretty good. Would also appreciate Amy Lee. That's interesting too. Wasn't thinking of that. That would be cool. That would be pretty cool. Also, speaking of rock and roll, I think I might be cursed.
Well, yeah, I've already.
No, a different curse.
Oh, a new curse.
Because we've talked before about how I've met a few different celebrities who have then died.
Oh, yes.
I met Kevin Conroy, and then he passed away tragically, and then I met
real quick
Jason David Frank, and then he died.
He's not even dressing for the show.
Yeah.
Like this isn't even Alice Cooper dressed to be in a Pirates movie.
I am familiar with this gentleman. Long story short, I started listening to Jimmy Buffett, and then he died.
I wasn't gonna mention it. But then I forgot, and you weren't feeling good. But like, holy shit!
Here's the thing about Jimmy Buffett: his music, it's not good. I don't know if I'm liking it. I will probably stop listening to him. But also, it was kind of a joke while we were on vacation that Anthony started listening to Jimmy Buffett, and then he died like 2 days later.
Yeah, that was nuts.
So here's what I'm gonna do:
not
mention any celebrity ever.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna stop.
Well, you just mentioned Post Malone.
I don't really care about Post Malone though. I guess I don't want him to die.
In your heart of hearts, you have to care for them, and then mention them.
Well, no,
I guess
I don't care about.
Curse works.
Also, speaking of, I didn't even do this. Bringing it entirely full circle, this conversation. Jimmy Buffett played a pirate in Hook. The end.
Neat. You know who my number 2 musician to be in Pirates of the Caribbean would be to be a good pirate? It's George Lucas.
That's not a...
He was in Hook.
He was in Hook.
Yeah.
He was making out with actress of stage and screen Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you going to tell me he's not a musician?
I don't think he is. Oh, he did... Well, no, hold on. He did create an entire genre of music called jizz music. You're the Star Wars guy. How do you not know about this?
I vaguely remember us talking about this, but I didn't realize it was
The
George
song-
Boy Toy Lucas who made it.
Well, yeah, he made Star Wars. The song, yeah, that one.
I forgot.
The genre is
God, that's
jizz
what
music.
that's called. What's wrong with him? Well, okay. John Williams created the music, but George Lucas so properly
Named the genre.
named the genre.
Yeah.
Um,
That is not inference. That is fact.
holy shit! I want to make a video essay
About jizz music? Yeah,
Yeah,
title
about-
that. Yeah, title that.
about the
What's the-
evolution.
Of jizz music?
Yeah.
What's the title of the video?
I just said it.
You can't do that, though.
Oh, really?
You can't put jizz in the title. No, fuck no. You'd have to call it like the evolution of that genre we all know about from Star Wars.
Damn. J. Star.
like pink.
ZZ.
No, J exclamation point ZZ.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
pink,
of
like
course,
pink.
Of course. Because there's like pop-ish songs in later Star Wars movies, and I want to like make a comparison of like how it started, how it's going.
Right. Well, that was Jizz Music, and that was Thunder and Lightning Gaming Podcast. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.
Our channel has daily uploads from podcast video essays, Let's Plays to skits.
Be sure to watch on Twitch. We stream all our video game and podcast content live at 5 EST every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Our intro is by Brad Kendrick and music by Froggy and the Friendship. Link to all that in the description below.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.